Hey everybody, Jason Schneider here, founder of PerceptionAcademy.com, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be taking a request. So Cindy sent to me a question. She told me she has a task that she's doing. It's a repetitive task that she's doing over and over and over again. And to her, it's getting a little bit redundant, or it's getting a little bit boring. And she was wondering if there's something from the field of neurosemantics or neuro-semantic NLP that can help her to actually enjoy that task or to make it a little bit more invigorating, as it's something that she needs to be doing. And I thought this was a valuable question because, well, we all have things in our life that we have to do that tend to get a bit boring, a bit repetitive. Not to mention that it's tax season. That's kind of off on the side. But besides that, or including that, if that's something that you'd like to work on today, I would like to offer you an opportunity to pick something within yourself to actually practice an experience of programming your mind-body system a little bit differently and reframing this boredom or redundancy to something that's a little bit more enjoyable. So the first step of doing this is to think of the task that you are doing that's a little bit boring. For me, for example, it's editing these videos that I'm making for you. So I do most of that work myself, and it's a bit repetitive. I have to add the video on the beginning. I have to add any logos or text overlays. I have to clip the ending, clip the beginning. I have to add any sort of transitions, save it, and export it. And then I open the next video and I do the same thing over and over and over again. And it's cool for about 2 minutes, but after about 2 hours, well, it has been a bit boring for me. So I'm going to work on that one today. And so I want you to think of the thing for you that would be most valuable, that if you were able to do it, I mean, you have to do it. So if you were able to do it with a little bit more enjoyment, a little bit more pleasure, how that would impact your life for the better. So think of that thing now, and I want you just to notice the patterns in there. So the rhythmic patterns. So in life and all of nature, there are patterns in things. There's repetitions. Each iteration around it happens over and over and over again. And in Western society, typically we're trained to find those things as boring. But what I'd like you to do that's a little bit different this time is, as you think of those repetitions that are happening over and over and over again, I want you to step back in your mind and start to notice the rhythm in those patterns. So start to notice the rhythm of this thing happening over and over and over again. And as you notice that rhythm, what I want you to do is even to begin to bring a little bit of enjoyment and pleasure to that rhythm, in the almost like the music in the patterns or the dance of this task, doing it over and over and over again, but with a rhythm, and you finding that rhythm in what you're doing. And even at a higher level, recognizing that it's through these rhythmic processes, it's through these rhythms, it's through this repetition, is how we as human beings are able to install things at the unconscious level. It's how we gain skills, it's how we gain habits, it's how we become effective at doing things to the point where we don't even have to think about them. They can happen automatically. And as you do that, you might notice that what had previously seemed boring to you, now it's almost like it's a rhythm. It's exciting. It's enjoyable. It's learning, and it's well, it's much more pleasurable. And so, we could think about how it was to be boring in the first place, and we could always think that way, right? That's always a choice in the world. You have that option as a neurolinguistic being. You have choice in your model of the world, and you could choose to look at it as boring. Or you could also choose to notice those rhythms, bring a little bit more enjoyment to it, and to even recognize that this is how you learn, this is how you become good. And this is an example of a task, doing something over and over again, that you can even bring out into other experiences in your life so that you can practice becoming better and developing skills at the unconscious level. So I hope you found this valuable. If you are going to be doing this repetitive task that you thought of at the beginning of this video in the next couple of days or even in the next couple of hours, then definitely rewatch this video before you do it and actually try out what I'm telling you in that moment. And if you're not going to be doing it maybe next time, in the next couple of days or in the next couple of weeks, but it's something that's coming up in the future, then practice this experience in your mind-body system and practice the skill of reframing experiences so that your life can be more pleasurable, more enjoyable, and you can also practice being more in control over your own perception and over your own mind-body system. So as always, I look forward to hearing your responses, your experiences below, if that's something that you'd like to share. And I look forward to, if you're subscribed to this channel, seeing you in future videos and seeing your comments and building relationships so that I could support you in your journey to mastering yourself, mastering your perception, and mastering neuro-linguistic programming.